Good Wednesday evening, April 17th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Chelan County PUD commissioners voted Monday on the final water rates for the town of Peshastin. Because of low snowpack and long-term dry weather expected, the Washington Department of Ecology has declared a drought emergency for almost the entire state. Breezy and warmer heading into the weekend with much warmer temperatures expected by Saturday. Your local weather forecast is coming up. A Wenatchee man is accused of burning down a park camper trailer on Tuesday as part of an ongoing domestic dispute. 47-year-old Corey Matthew Presby was arrested about 9:30 p.m., 6 hours after he allegedly set fire to the trailer on a high rural road between Halverson Canyon and Pitcher Canyon. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say Presby then fled the area on foot and couldn't be found, even with a search by helicopter and aerial drone. He later called Rivercom to say he'd become lost in the mountains and was suffering from the cold. Deputies arrested Presby after he waited for them at a construction site less than a mile from the original incident. He faces likely charges of first-degree arson and violating a no-contact order. Chelan County PUD commissioners voted Monday on the final water rates for the town of Peshastin. The PUD agreed to take over management of the Upper Valley Community's water system effective this year, but needed to add a rate equalization charge to Peshastin water bills to pay for improvements. Commissioners voted unanimously for a $3 residential charge each month beginning June 1st, which increases to $6 and $9 in 2025 and 2026 respectively. Commercial and industrial clients will also see added charges ranging up to $1,000 depending on their volume of use. A portion of Chelan County rules on short-term rentals is headed back to the drawing board. Chelan County commissioners voted 2-1 on Tuesday to revisit the cap on the percentage of homes that can be offered for nightly or weekend rental. For most areas of the county, the cap is 6% of total housing units. In Manson's urban growth area, the cap is 9%. Commissioner Tiffany Gehring, whose district includes Manson and Chelan, pushed for a countywide review on whether those caps are needed at all. She and Commissioner Sean Smith voted in favor, with Commissioner Kevin Overbay voting no. The question now goes to the County Planning Commission.
Not only do I not see the need for a cap, because I don't see a correlation between affordable housing and STRs, but I also see that we now have a system in place for enforcement, and that one that is working effectively that never has been before. So I would like the Planning Commission to consider not having the caps at all.
And sending it back to the Planning Commission, it gives the public the opportunity to come back and speak again, because that would go to a public comment period if it went to the Planning Commission.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they would get the opportunity to say, this is really working, or this is really broken, or this is what we could do somewhere in between. I don't have a problem with the Planning Commission handling that. That's what their job description is in my mind. They're the ones that open it up and take the
look at
public comment period, the recommendations, and bring back to us.
I'm sure that the STR side would love to see the caps lifted, but they were put into place to minimize impacts to neighborhoods and folks that reside in the area that live in and around that. And a lot of that is protection of neighborhoods.
A Court of Appeals judge who presides in Eastern Washington has been nominated to the federal bench. Judge Rebecca Pennell was nominated by President Biden to become a U.S. District Judge for the Eastern District. She underwent confirmation hearings today before the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee in Washington, D.C. Pennell has been an appellate judge since 2016 based in Spokane. She was one of 4 nominees questioned this morning by senators who must vote to approve her nomination. When we come back, because of low snowpack and long-term dry weather expected, the Washington Department of Ecology has declared a drought emergency for almost the entire state. The city of Wenatchee is holding their annual free recycling event this Saturday. We'll let you know what's acceptable to drop off. And Lake Chelan Health is one of 6 new Washington hospitals that have decided to adopt the Team Birth program. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
The Honda you want is here. Drive in the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. All from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Because of low snowpack and long-term dry weather expected, the Washington Department of Ecology has declared a drought emergency for almost the entire state. Although Washington's snowpack made up some ground in February, March, and April, an exceptionally dry start to the winter season means there isn't enough water contained in mountain snow to prevent serious impacts for water users in the months ahead. Snowpack, rainfall, and irrigation flows from major rivers provide the necessary water supply to sustain our communities and the agriculture industry. The Department of Fish and Wildlife says the impacts of low flows raise serious concerns for fish and other species as well. The Department of Ecology is making up $4.5 million available in drought response grants to qualifying public entities to respond to impacts from the current drought conditions. The city of Wenatchee is holding their annual free recycling event this Saturday. Acceptable items which can be brought to 1745 South Wenatchee Avenue include automotive batteries, scrap iron, appliances, televisions, air conditioners, laptops and computers, and up to 15 passenger and light truck tires. Residents will not be able to recycle items like propane tanks, pressurized tanks, mattresses or furniture, household batteries, or household garbage. Brush, tree limbs, branches, grass clippings, and yard waste recycling can be brought to the Stamilt Organic Yard Waste. That's at 1885 South Wenatchee Avenue, though that will be limited to 2 standard pickups per household. Personal identification and proof of residence, like a water, power, or a telephone bill, will be needed to use the recycling services, which will be offered from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lake Chelan Health is one of 6 new Washington hospitals that have decided to join Ariadne Labs and the Washington State Hospital Association in adopting the Team Birth program. The program ensures that all decisions are made with the patient in mind through the process of labor, delivery, and postpartum. This is executed through a communication technique of team huddles that occur in the patient's presence. Confluence Health in Wenatchee was among the first hospitals in Washington to adopt the practice last October. Coming up next, we will tell you about a local man who set out to create the world's first hyperbike. More on that next in tonight's feature story. Get ready for another chilly overnight with warmer temperatures expected this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
So you may have heard the latest trend, shrinkflation. Companies are making products smaller and decreasing the quality of their ingredients. Well, at Abby's, we're going the opposite direction. We're sticking with the same plan that's worked since 1964. For a real value, head to Abby's. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
You know, I want the best. No excuses. No room for error. I was the art teacher at Westside High School. And one of my first students, after he got thrown out for something, we were talking, and he says, hey, Wellman, why don't you come to the racetrack with me? I think you'd like it. And so that's what started the whole thing. When I got there and I saw race bikes, I said, no way am I getting on one of those kind of bikes, period, not gonna do it. And he said, Wellman, I signed you up for this thing called the Taste of Racing. So during the lunch break for the racers, they put, dweeby newbies like me out there on the track. And I said, well, I don't have a bike. He said, you're riding one of my race bikes. And I reluctantly said, okay. And when I came back in, I had a smile that went from this ear to this ear that I couldn't get rid of for about 3 hours. In 2017, August 27th, 2017, I had the worst crash I've ever had at Portland International Raceway. And so I think, the spirits were telling me, listen, concentrate on the bike. Get out of this racing thing. We only have a little time here. You're not no spring chicken. So you need to work on the bike.
As it stands, the hyperbike has 800 horsepower, goes 250 miles per hour, yet weighs only roughly 450 pounds due to its carbon fiber aspects.
In a way, it helped to create my life because I was so intertwined with it for so long that, that this has been my life. So, I'm not sorry. I'm glad. So, 15 years, 15 minutes. I don't know.
Wellman named the bike the Nagual, the Aztec word for sorcerer. His choice of an Aztec name stems from the Aztec belief of shape-shifting, since Wellman says to successfully ride the hyperbike, you must become it. He plans to re-outfit the bike and go after the elusive 300-mile-per-hour land speed record at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. From there, he will take the bike to a motorcycle exhibition show in California. But before any of this, Wellman wants to showcase the bike to his hometown.
Tell us about your upcoming showcase at Zebra Brasier and your goal going into that.
April 20th. I'll be there at 8 a.m., going to 4, and we're going to have t-shirts, and posters, and a lot of fun. And then you'll get to see the restaurant, which is absolutely beautiful. And then you get to see the bike, which is absolutely beautiful.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a good midweek Wednesday and pretty much typical early spring weather all across North Central Washington. The good news today, much less wind than we had on Monday and Tuesday. Outside our weather window from this afternoon, we take you up to beautiful Lake Chelan with lots of blue skies, and you can see just a few clouds out there hovering around the Cascades, and that was about it. So not a bad day today, but boy, we started off with very chilly overnight lows, and I think it's going to be even chillier as we get into the overnight tonight and into Thursday. Low temperatures, that's right, mid-20s to mid-30s, and that is through tomorrow morning. I think the coldest temperatures will be over in extreme eastern Washington, where Spokane this morning in the upper 20s. But just make sure that if you have anything coming out of the ground, maybe some flowers, you might want to cover those up tonight just for a little protection from that cold that we do expect. Not a bad day today, though. Unofficially, our high temperature today, 58 degrees, and that's 4 degrees below where we should be at 62 for this time of year. How about 1994? 85 degrees, a very hot day back in 1994. That's our record. 38 this morning, 41 our normal low temperature, and our record cold 31 degrees going all the way back to 1964. Sunrise 6:07 this morning, and the sun sets for us tonight at 7:54. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect getting you into Thursday, and we're going to see some warmer temperatures. Finally this week, we're going to get into the 60s, 63 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, also Quincy at 63. We'll see around 62 for Wenatchee, Entiat, and Chelan. Leavenworth 60 degrees tomorrow, and you folks in Kashmir, you will enjoy 61 for your afternoon high temperature tomorrow. Tonight we can expect mostly clear skies, and that's a big reason why we're going to see those chilly temperatures with lows in the mid to upper 30s. But boy, just clear skies all around our area for tonight, and those temperatures, look at parts of the Rockies and into Montana. We're talking in the upper teens in 20s for low temperatures. For your Thursday, sunny skies, maybe a few high clouds out there. We're going to warm up, as we just mentioned, into those lower 60s for almost all of us in our viewing area. For Friday, yeah, a little bit of wind. We have low pressure to our west, high pressure to our east, and that tightens those pressure gradients, so we could see that Friday afternoon. High temperatures consistently into those low 60s to end our work week, and then getting you into the upcoming weekend. It looks nice, mostly sunny skies, warmer temperatures on Saturday with highs in the mid 60s. This area of low pressure bringing some warmer air our way, and that will continue as we make our way into the end of the weekend too. But it's going to be a little breezy, I think, on Sunday as well. Once again, a low to our east, high to our west, and that could kick up some breezy conditions Sunday. Partly cloudy, maybe even some showers in western Washington. The good news, we will warm up Sunday into the mid 60s, and that warm up will continue as we get you into the next work week. Very quiet weather, sunny skies on Monday and warmer. There we go. High temperatures Monday near 70 degrees, and we're going to go up from there into the end of the forecast on Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies. We'll see unseasonably warm weather with afternoon highs Tuesday afternoon into the low 70s. All right, checking your 7-day forecast now. 38 overnight tonight, 62 tomorrow. Look at that, 35 overnight Thursday into Friday. So we're still going to see those chilly overnight lows for the next 2 or 3 nights. 62s, your high for Thursday and Friday. Getting into the weekend, mostly sunny on Saturday and 65. Partly cloudy with a little breeze on Sunday and 66. And then look at Monday and Tuesday. Mostly sunny both days, near 70 Monday and 71 your high temperature on Tuesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Culinary Apple is North Central Washington's premier kitchen store with everything you need to elevate your own culinary experience.
For the most unique wine tasting experience in the Chelan Valley, visit One Wines. Popular for being the smallest and most intimate facility in the valley, it features one red, one white, and one rosé. Complex wines, simple elegance.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Logan Gilbert was overwhelmingly good. He pitched over 6 innings. He only gave up 3 hits and 1 run, and that usually means a Mariner victory, and by golly, yesterday it did. The Mariners beat the Reds 3-1 on Tuesday night. Jonathan Clase, the new guy, had a big hit, and so did Mitch Haniger. He had a key 2-out RBI base hit for the Seattle Mariners, who guaranteed winning their first series of the season.
Now Jonathan Clase will stand in.
Into the gap. And it gets down. On the move is Mitch Garver getting away from Manny. This could be a play. Here's the throw to the plate. The ball got dropped. It's a tag made by Garver. The Mariners have scored.
He called him out. He didn't see that the ball had been dropped. Well, for Class A, he's able to get himself a double out of it and pick up another RBI. He had one last night. Now he picks up another one here. He had thoughts of maybe trying to make a triple out of it. The throw actually beats Garver. The catcher just not able to handle it.
Yeah, that throw from De La Cruz right on the money on the fly.
Stuart Fairchild at the plate.
Chopper, runners break. Throw to first. In time, Fraley scores. De La Cruz to third. The Reds tie the game.
Ball 4, and the Mariners have them loaded for Mitch Garver.
Mitch Garver, the pitch. Walked him. That'll pick up a run. The Mariners take the lead 2-1 as Julio comes in to score. Third RBI for Mitch Garver. Just looking for their first knock with runners in scoring position, and there it is. They were 0 for 5. Here comes JP. 3-1 lead for the Mariners here in the 6th, and Mitch Haniger's second hit tonight. The hitting streak at 7 ball games. Another RBI for him. He's got 12, and he is a hot hombre.
That's a good piece of hitting again. Breaking ball pretty much in the middle of the plate. Doesn't try to do too much with it. A solid line drive back up the middle.
Center field, that's trouble. Fraley's going to score easily. De La Cruz just flying to third. Do they get him? Yeah, they got him at third. So that's going to wipe out the run. Fraley was throttling down. Yes, indeed. And you see home plate umpire John Lipka had a great look at it. He said, yep, that run does not count.
The tying run moves into scoring position. It is Tyler Stevenson batting for Martini.
2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch. Fly ball center field, easy play, Julio. Mariners have won a series, everybody, to win this game 3-1, and Logan Gilbert gets his first victory of the season.
And he earned it for sure. 6 2/3, giving up just the.
Seattle and Cincinnati wrapped up their 3-game series with an afternoon affair, a game that just finished up. We'll have scores and highlights for tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Rest of the American League West scoreboard from last night. Tigers knocked off the Rangers. The final there was 4-2. It took 13 innings for the Rays to win, but they beat the Angels, the Braves over the Astros, and the A's lose to the Cardinals. The final there was 3-2. The Seattle Kraken gave the Winnipeg Jets all they could handle, but a critical third period goal lifts Winnipeg to a 4-3 victory over Seattle last night in Winnipeg. The Jets, by the way, clinching home ice advantage for the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Kraken did score 3 goals, and here they are.
You're 9, 10, 11 years old. All you know is your favorite team is leaving. Right. And I could never imagine that. Tomas Tatar goes to the short side with $1:22 left to go in this first period. Tuna comes calling, and the Kraken tie it. I believe he actually screens Connor Hellebuck on this play. But this play is all made through the middle of the ice. He distributes, and then he goes to the front of the net, and maybe a double screen with Stanley and Belmar. But Tatar with a beautiful short side wrister.
Yeah, just not enough time to react there, and it was a great job using Stanley as that.
Tanev cuts across, Gord, back for Tanev. Good play by Sandberg. Tanev up top, it's Riker Evans. Evans with a shot, and he scores! The puck has eyes. It's Yanni Gord cruising in the path of Connor Hellebuck. Evans from down. Of getting some separation. And what a hand-eye coordination play here by Yanni out in front of the net. Beautiful redirect, net front presence. Look at, you cannot see Connor Hellebuck here. Now, obviously, we got the camera look from behind, but if you had the other look that we showed, you look to the net, you don't see the goaltender. Excellent job in front of the net. I believe that was Cartier and Yanni out in front of the net.
Looking for another tip out in front. Morrissey to the outside for Sean Monahan.
Beautiful pass by Bjork trying to create that chance for Yanni.
Now a steal, Gord's on it, he'll drag it. A great play to tie Cartier! 1:47 left to go in the second period. Gord initiates it. Cartier finishes it, and the Kraken have...
And the Kraken wrap up their third season in franchise history. Tomorrow night, they'll be in Minneapolis to take on Minnesota. Well, nobody saw this one coming last night. Moses Lake 0-7 in Big 9 play. Eastmont 7-0 in Big 9 play. That's why they play the games. Moses Lake upsets Eastmont. In boys soccer yesterday, the final was 2-1. Wenatchee got by Sunnyside 3-2. Prosser got by Ellensburg, and no problems at all with East Valley. They shut out Ephrata on the pitch. More prep soccer from yesterday. These are the small schools now. Chelan knocked off Omak. Final there was 4-1. Cascade remains undefeated. They haven't lost a match all year. They continue that streak. They shut out Kashmir 4-0. It was Okanagan over Manson, Bridgeport over Orville, and Tenasket defeated Brewster. Let's talk about baseball. Eastmont victorious at Dan White Field. They knocked off the Wenatchee Panthers 4-3. The doubleheader of these two teams, Eastmont and Wenatchee, their doubleheader will be Friday, and we will have both games from Historic Recreation Park right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Elsewhere in prep baseball yesterday, Moses Lake knocked off Davis. The final there was 7-1. Kashmir, no problems against Omak, 11-4. Quincy got by Cascade by just a 1, and Brewster 10-run. Chelan. And finally, prep softball. These are the kind of scores you get. Eastmont all over Wenatchee, 16-4 yesterday. Quincy defeated Cascade 19-5. Ephrata shuts out Elmira Cooley Heartline, England Dan and John Ford Coley 24-0. Lake Roosevelt over Tenasket 17-2, and Okanagan defeated Liberty Bell 19-0. And that's sports, and those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.